Next on HBO. Two of boxing's biggest stars prepare for a title showdown. The premiere of Pacquiao Hatton 24/7. Next on HBO.
The following is a presentation of HBO Sports. They are heirs to a tradition that has been around since the beginnings of civilization. Modern-day warriors, for whom physical supremacy remains the ultimate judge.
30 minutes, keep working.
Philosophers of a craft where nothing can replace the simple elements of faith, focus, and fortitude. Training with an energy that is endless. Teaching from textbooks that are invisible. Fighting with the force of entire nations behind them. He is the best boxer in the world, an ambitious champion whose triumphs have come at a variety of weights and over legends of the ring. He is the doubter at hand, fearless, relentless, and eager for another opportunity. To prove he's more than just a charismatic challenger. In his pursuit, he's made a bold move, hiring this man to train him. Loud, irrepressible, but undeniably wise to the peculiar discipline of boxing science. Their unlikely pairing will be countered by a permanent bond.
3 hugs, let's go.
A partnership with roots between the ropes, but a connection that thrives long after the sound of any bell. Two modern-day warriors who on opposite sides of the world have become embodiments of the pride of two nations. Two very different ring philosophers whose teachings are tested with each new trip to the spotlight. 4 weeks, 2 camps, all access. From the Philippines to the United Kingdom to Hollywood to Las Vegas. This is Pacquiao Hatton 24/7. Every story has an origin. Manny Pacquiao's begins in a place it sometimes appears time forgot. General Santos City. On a muggy day in the Philippines' southernmost city, the best boxer in the world is on a basketball court, running on ground he paved, shooting on baskets he built, surrounded by the striking pairing of armed guards and locals from the neighborhood, a neighborhood Manny Pacquiao has no interest in leaving behind.
My style and before and now is the same. I never changed in my life that even I have a money in fame, but I'm still the same. I don't want to change in my lifestyle.
Pacquiao's compound is just a few miles from the slums where he grew up. Though the high walls and small army of bodyguards provide a buffer from one of the Philippines' poorest cities, it's impossible to visit the champion and not notice the neediness that fills the streets.
I know the poverty that General Santos is a poor place. I mean, you know, if you don't have a job, if you don't have someone to take care of you. There's no welfare, there's no food stamps, there's nothing like that.
As a child, Pacquiao worked to help support his family by selling donuts on the street. Donuts he'd buy for 5 cents and sell for a dime. He turned to boxing at age 13. The money was a bit better. Where it ended up, unchanged.
100 pesos, it's $2. I gave it to my mother to buy a rice.
His earnings eventually improved, and this December in his 53rd professional fight, Pacquiao had his biggest payday yet, taking on an icon of the sport, Oscar De La Hoya. It was the most anticipated bout of the year, and a bout most expected De La Hoya to win. But the Filipino and his confident trainer had other plans.
I expected Manny to win the fight, and then when the weight issues came into play, where he weighed so light, and he killed himself maintaining that weight. And then in the middle of the ring, I walk out there with Manny, and I see the IV marks in his arm, and I see the fresh blood, right? And I said to myself, they hydrated him after they've weighed him in the dressing room. I says, look, the wrong thing to do. It's way too late. I told Manny, right then, I'm walking back to the corner, I said, jump on him right away, Manny.
Pacquiao lands a brilliant uppercut, straight left hand right up the pipe for Pacquiao.
Yeah, Oscar has no defense at all.
He's getting hit with virtually every shot that Pacquiao throws. He is gradually reconfiguring De La Hoya's beautiful face.
You can't handle your speed, son.
Pacquiao's speed is a riddle he has not been able to solve.
This is getting embarrassing. Death by 1,000 left hands.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar's left eye is almost closed.
This could be the end of the fight here.
Manny Pacquiao has beaten Oscar De La Hoya.
I told him that, I'm sorry. It's part of the game, and you're still my idol.
Still you're my idol.
I was a little compassionate. I felt a little bad for Oscar a little bit because he got beat up.
Yeah, I'm good. Good fighter. So I just don't have it no more.
Some people will say Oscar had a bad night. I like to look at it as Manny had a great night.
In Manchester, England, football may be king. But no bigger star has ever emerged from these streets than Ricky Hatton. Now 30 years old and an impressive 45-1 in the boxing ring. Born and raised here, fame and fortune have never kept the fighter far from home. And with a fiancée, an 8-year-old son, and his entire family all within a half mile, he says this is the place he always wants to be.
Let's hook right here. Underneath on top.
Hatton has been training in Manchester since February under the guidance of Floyd Mayweather Sr., his eyes fixed firmly on his May 2nd date with Manny Pacquiao.
I'm coming over here.
It means everything to me. I don't think a boxer can't go any higher than being the best pound-for-pound fighter of all the champions in all the weight divisions. You can't get any better than that, and nobody's going to stop me from doing it, including Manny.
But 16 months ago, Hatton had a chance at another pound-for-pound king, a chance that seems like a boxing lifetime ago. It was December 2007. Hatton was undefeated and stepping into the ring to challenge the sport's best fighter, Floyd Mayweather Jr., with longtime trainer Billy Graham at his side.
I just want you to answer me 2 questions. Who have you come to see? Floyd? Me? Who's taking the belts? Let's fucking have it.
It was one of the biggest fights of 2007, with thousands of British fans and celebrities from the world over making the trip to Las Vegas. Hatton was no doubt popular before the bout, challenging Mayweather though, put fans around the globe in his corner. But the fighter's perfect record and hopes of an exultant ending all came to a brutal, screeching halt that December night.
This fight is over. Floyd Mayweather has a knockout victory over Ricky Hatton.
I don't think it was humbling because I mean I'm a humble type of guy anyway. It was, I think, devastated is the word, because the fight I barely did believe we're going to win.
It was a defeat felt by Hatton's entire close-knit family.
You're not a failure.
It was a difficult fight for us to watch because nobody wants to see the son get knocked out. It was a bit of a sore point for quite a while, and it was a sore point for Richard because he just felt not sorry for himself. He just felt that he'd let everybody down.
It was like there'd been a death. All the old women kept coming up to me and saying, "Oh, we saw that fight. Oh,
it was incredible. As you saw, said it was at a national mourning, wasn't it?
Really, really upset."
For weeks after, I was just like a wreck. I was crying in my beer every night, as they say. But no, I mean, it would have been easy for my first defeat and a knockout defeat to throw the towel in and say, well, that would do me now. I've won 4 world titles. I'm happy with that. Well, that's not what a great champion's about. You know, an average champion might do that, but I want to be remembered as a great champion.
One need not travel far in the islands of the Philippines to find lives lived simply and absent modern conveniences. In places like these, on the occasion of a Manny Pacquiao bout, word of the result must travel by mouth. And every time the tale of another victory is told, the legend of the people's champion grows a little bit larger. The latest case at hand was in December, when Pacquiao returned after defeating Oscar de la Hoya, and hundreds of thousands lined the streets for victory processions throughout the country.
They're all proud that there's a Filipino bringing honor in the country.
When I first went there, it was okay. Then after the Morales wins, it was really big. But then after the Oscar win, it was huge. It was way different.
When Pacquiao fought De La Hoya, his wife Jinky was pregnant with their 4th child. On December 30th, 3 weeks after the bout, Jinky gave birth to a girl, Queen Elizabeth Pacquiao. In General Santos City, Queen's christening in February was a major public event, with hundreds in attendance, including 48 godparents, a hand-picked roster of friends in politics, media, and show business. Even the likes of Filipino Vice President Noli de Castro were outshined by the newborn. Following the christening, family and friends returned to the Pacquiao compound for an after-party. After the baby was put to bed, food and drinks were served, while the proud father, ever the competitor, sat down for a friendly game of chess. It was an evening of celebration, shadowed by what lay ahead. Another hungry fighter was coming for him, and an ocean away, the gym was beckoning. In Hollywood, California, Camp Pacquiao is reconvened at the Wild Card Gym.
Ah, you fucker.
It's the 18th go-round together for the pound-for-pound champion and trainer Freddie Roach.
3 hugs, let's go.
They're joined by a familiar face, former heavyweight champion Michael Moorer, here to learn from Roach and help teach Pacquiao in the process.
You get your punch off, you get out of there. You'll be safer because he's going to try to wrestle you.
The fight is 21 days away. On the outskirts of Manchester, England, in the back of a converted mill, a boxing gym was recently renamed Gallagher's. A year ago, it was called the Phoenix Camp, the place where a trainer named Billy Graham taught his craft, his star pupil, Ricky Hatton.
I've had some great relationships and close bonds with a lot of my fighters, you know, but probably me and Ricky was the absolute closest. He was only 17 when I met him.
Yeah, he was my friend. I mean, we got on well, and I know when he was in my corner, you know, with every punch I threw, he'd be throwing it for me, and every punch I took, he'd be taking it. It was a real, you know, close relationship.
So we'll get through this, yeah? Just got to keep it together, keep smart.
He was a lot more than a friend to me, you know what I mean? I loved him, you know?
5 months after Floyd Mayweather Jr. handed the pair their first ever defeat, Hatton and Graham staged a comeback fight at home in Manchester against Juan Lazcano.
Rubbing shots from Hatton as he gets the crowd revved up.
The decision was unanimous, but the performance far from dominating.
I thought he showed some real evidence that he's past his prime.
And with his career suddenly in question, Hatton decided it was time for a change. After 13 years of partnership, he fired Billy Graham.
Yeah, we met face to face, and to be honest with you, it's the last time I've seen him.
I just felt he was slowing a little bit, and in him slowing, I was slowing, you know, and I think it showed in performances. And when I eventually turned around and said, Billy, I think it's come to that time where I think we're going to have to part company, he was adamant he could continue with it.
I think about it a lot. It's on my mind an awful lot. I wanted to stick it out to the end. You know, I really want to stick it out to the end. Look, it's been a fairy tale, and the fairy tale has now been ruined, for me, as anyway.
What Billy Graham do is no fair to compare. That right there is garbage, and mine is the best.
He is the replacement. A man as different from Billy Graham as anyone in boxing. A man well assured of a diverse range of abilities.
When you say he, you're talking about Floyd Mayweather Sr., the former fighter, now poetic writer. You're talking about the greatest of all time, not this time, that time, full-time, part-time, but of all time. I know for a fact that I'm very talented. It's not just boasting or bragging, it's facts. I'm a technician at what I do. So I'm just saying overall that this was a good thing for Ricky to get with me, because I done brought a lot of changes in him. He's gonna be a much better fighter next time around.
Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach have long been an impenetrable pair. But in this camp, Michael Moorer has made it a party of three in the wild card ring. The former heavyweight champ is anything but shy about offering an opinion or two, an attitude Roach, who invited Moore to L.A., needed to get used to.
Before, you know, it used to be just me and Manny, and, you know, bringing Michael in, it was a little bit, I wasn't sure at first, you know, because, you know, I thought we'd have different opinions on boxing and so forth. But I trained Michael, and he's very close to my style of training, and we agree on most things. Not everything, though, but we do agree on most things.
At first it was awkward because Manny's not used to hearing my voice. Now I think he's a lot more getting used to my voice and listening to what I have to say.
When I arrived here, I saw, oh, it's big, huh? But I recognized him already. When I saw him, oh, this is Michael Moorer, yeah.
Learning to listen to two voices is something new for Pacquiao. But Roach is theorizing more assistance means a more prepared fighter.
And the thing about Michael helping out is that when I'm working with the mitts with Manny and I'm in the heat of the action and so forth, I can't really see all the footwork and the position sometimes of where he is and where he ends up after the combination, where Michael's kind of my third eye on the outside.
Catch him with that straight right hand, left hook. See if he adjusts or adapts to it. Right.
But why add a third wheel to the most successful duo in the sport? For his part, Pacquiao is a willing student.
Try to be careful coming with the right hook because your head's coming with it.
While Roach has a gym to run, a champion to train, and the debilitating effects of Parkinson's disease to battle. There's nothing wrong with getting a little help once in a while.
Because I think I was spreading myself a little bit thin before, and now I have Michael as an assistant where I can depend on him to pick up some of the slack.
Before I came, he was here all the time. I'm sure dead tired. And I could take some of that away from him. Where he goes out of town, I'm running the gym. You know, I'm his first assistant.
Every morning, that gym fills with fighters of all shapes, sizes, and abilities. But for the next month, Freddie Roach will reluctantly close it every afternoon for 3 hours. The champion, he's determined, could benefit from some privacy.
My gym is just full of energy, and the only time we close down now is because of Pacquiao, because so many people want to see him. It just gets crazy. I just can't control it, so I had to close down. You know, I thought by having the people inside the gym that it would help motivate Manny to work harder, but it motivated him to perform for them, but not really for me.
The early returns of the closed gym are positive, unless you're one of Pacquiao's sparring partners. A makeshift triage station has been set up in the corner. The champ, however, won't be needing its services. Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been called the capital city of second chances.
Big winner.
A nickname well suited for the objectives of a return visitor to the desert oasis, Ricky Hatton. While the Manchester native has left behind the comforts of home,
I'm one of the happiest men in the world right now.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. is delighted to be back in his adopted hometown after a long month of training in England.
I feel good. I feel like James Brown right about now.
At the urging of his trainer, Hatton has ventured across the Atlantic over a month before the fight to get acclimated to the surroundings. A plan that worked well for the pair's first bout together last November against Paulie Malignaggi. The convincing Vegas victory returned Hatton to the spotlight and earned Mayweather instant credit for revitalizing the Hitman's career.
Head movement, baby, head movement.
Success in the corner, though, is nothing new to the 56-year-old Mayweather.
There you go.
The trainer taught his champion son Floyd Jr. to box and guided him through his early career before their relationship soured. Since then, he's worked with other top-level fighters, most notably Oscar De La Hoya. With his latest student, Mayweather says his approach has been simple.
The name of the game is hit and don't be hit. That's the name of the game. Ricky was just a bulldozer, very aggressive, overly aggressive to me. To tell you the truth, he almost put me down in the gym when we first started because he really didn't know how to even hit pads. Drop, ping, 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 pull.
He said, well, I want to keep your ferociousness, your body punching, your aggressiveness, but I want to improve your defense, I want to improve your hand speed, combination punches to set up the body shots.
Catch it, side both ways, pull back. It never taught him defense, never showed no defense. Everything was straightforward, brute strength. That's not boxing. Strength means nothing if you can't find nothing to hit. To be honest, to tell you the truth, I might be to save Ricky's life.
Floyd, you just can't stop messing about, can you?
Ricky!
The personal side of their relationship, meanwhile, is a work in progress.
He got thongs straight up his ass, man. Y'all can play games all y'all want to. I'm gonna call the police here.
The first training camp with Floyd, he come to the gym and I don't think he got my sense of humour. You know, I'd be playing jokes, practical jokes, and he was looking at me like I was an absolute dickhead. You know, he was just looking at me as if, what's he doing, you know?
Somebody gotta do something with him. His shoulders ass? Oh, man.
But I think he's got used to me now, and I think he knows what I'm all about.
I'll do a pulling for you. A left, right, left. Your balls are heavy, your balls are light, your balls are swinging from left to right. Left, right, left. Swing them balls.
Call the police on that thing. Manny, come May 2nd, you will be uncrowned with your head hanging down, and pain and stress left to confess that the Hitman is the best. So let's make it simple and plain. After this fight, you will never be the same.
Any poet knows that word choice is essential, while any boxer understands that promotion is a fact of life for a big fight, necessitating a break in training for both camps for a press conference in LA, complete with red carpet.
So let's make it simple and plain. After this fight, Pac will never be the same.
And Hollywood star power. The Glitterati provide a stark contrast to the press tour weeks earlier in England, where Hatton welcomed his opponent into a Manchester pub for a friendly game of darts.
Nowhere near.
The cheerful promotion may be essential, but it belies the harsh reality that awaits them in the ring, a reality that no choice of words could hide.
So get your tickets now, peoples, and let's make it clear that the Pacman ass whooping is almost here. Pop, right back to the jab. Keep him off balance.
I don't want him to fucking touch your body, okay? Don't let him touch you.
Part 2 of the 4-part series Pacquiao Hatton 24/7 premieres next Saturday night, April 18th at 10 Eastern and Pacific, with replays throughout the week. And don't miss the live fight on HBO pay-per-view Saturday, May 2nd.